Hey there guys, Aldershot here. Today we're going to do an impression video, and if you're new to our impression series, it's when we take a look at a game that's relatively new and, kind of describe it with a critical eye and let you know if it's worth, the asking price. So we're going to look at 99 Levels to Hell today. Just recently released on Steam for a meager price of $5. So not an expensive game at all. So what is 99 Levels to Hell? It's developed by a studio called Be Evil, and it's advertised as a platform shooter with roguelike elements. And indeed, I can agree with that description. Alright, so we're going to take a look at some of the menus here before we get into the gameplay. You can rebind your controls, which is nice to see. You got your music on and off. You can turn on your controller if you choose. However, even though this is a platformer, and I usually like to use a controller when I play platformers, I actually rather the keyboard and mouse for this one. You'll see why in a second. Alright, so there is that. And when you actually boot up the game, there's other options, other graphical options as well in the pre-load screen, I guess you could say. And then we have stats, which tells you, how well you've done. As you can see, I'm not that good at this game, not yet anyways. I only got to level 13, and obviously there's 99 levels. But I got a general feel of how the game plays and stuff like that. Then we have our high scores, where you can compete with friends and people on the internet. You have your credits and your quick name. Pretty standard. Everything you need as far as options concerned is in here. So that is good to say. No, that is good to see, I should say. Anyways, let's just get right into the gameplay. Now, there is multiple characters. I haven't unlocked any of them yet. So we'll use our initial one, which is the Magician. Alright. So, yeah, this is basically 99 levels to hell. And as you can see, as you play through the game, you can unlock new doors and entrances and stuff like that. We're actually going to go through the tutorial. The reason being is because when you go through the tutorial, you get some bonus items as you go through it. This is obviously not a hard level since it is the tutorial level. And the bonus items actually do carry through to your level 1, as you pretty much go right to level 1 after the tutorial. So basic controls is WSAD to move around, your space to jump, and you use your mouse cursor to control where you're going to aim your shots. I want to assume that other characters will have different weapons and such. Now you can get pickups, you can get new weapons, you can collect bombs, and the bombs can be used to blow up, harder surfaces like that, and you can actually kind of blow up some of these weaker blocks, let's say. There are other different types of blocks where you just stand on it or bump it with your head, it will get destroyed as well. Sometimes you can collect gold in the blocks as well, and you can see it in this like yellowy sort of glitter, I guess you could say. That's when you know there's gold to be found. And you use gold to purchase things from the shops when you find them. This is a roguelike, so if you die, that's it, that's permadeath. Alright, however, you do have a life system. You have 5 life, as you can see up here. And this also tells you how many bombs you have. And the way you basically play the game is you kind of go through the levels, try to collect as much money and upgrades as possible, while avoiding damage, obviously, and killing as many mobs and collecting as much points as possible. Alright. And again, it's permadeath, so you do want to be careful. And the whole goal is to find keys like this, so you can advance to new parts of the level. Alright, now this is kind of interesting. You can actually pick up skills. These are like active skills. I'll show you what this is. And there you go, that basically just cleared the screen, which is pretty interesting. You can also pick up like little pets or sentries as well that will help you throughout the combat. There's actually a lot in this game for $5, I'll be completely honest. There's a lot of different mechanics and different things to discover. And even though I haven't gotten overly far into this game, I'm actually very, very impressed by the amount of content and variety that this game has to offer, which is actually not a bad thing, of course. Alright, so again, this game actually has a lot of mechanics, a lot of different things to learn, a lot of different things to discover between new items, new weapons, and new abilities, finding new characters, gaining new levels. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff to do. And actually there's a lot of different little tiny mechanics as well. Like you can go to shops. You can also find casinos where you can gamble away some of your money in hopes of finding new items and pickups and stuff like that. And there's that. You can also find elevators which will randomly either progress you through to a higher level, or it can also bring you back one level. So it's a little bit random in that fashion. As you can see, I did pick up a new weapon. I'm using a cannonball right now, which is actually kind of cool. I've never used this before. So when you do collect the keys, you basically have to find an open door. It will open for you automatically when you collect the keys, and you go through it, and you go on to the next level. And it does have some arcadey features as well, as the points do kind of matter in this game. Collecting points will unlock new features and put you into the leaderboards as well. Okay. Now, as you can see, the game, even though I really do like the amount of content and variety that this game doesn't have to offer, the visuals are, they're not bad. They're not terrible at all, actually. However, they're a little bit uninspired. It's very, to me, it looks very generic, kind of like Flash games. It doesn't really set itself apart from the plethora of other indie games out there. The style's a little bit generic. Even the music is a little bit generic as well. It almost sounds like they took like almost free rock soundtracks from the internet and just use it for the game. I'm sure they didn't, but it generally has that kind of quality, unfortunately. It's not so terrible that I would honestly complain a whole bunch about. It's just a little uninspired. It could be a little bit more original, it could be a little bit more unique. That's pretty much it. And I'm not really a huge fan of the style either. It's a little bit low detail, and I'm okay with low detail and simplistic design. However, generally it has to follow a consistent theme and concept, and I don't feel this game really does that all that well. So unfortunately, I don't feel visuals or the soundtrack is all that great. But it's $5, so I don't know how justified my complaints are, to be completely honest. You're getting a lot of content and some pretty strong mechanics for that $5. If you get into the game, you certainly can get hours and hours of gameplay out of it, especially if you get into it. There's actually quite a quality rogue-like. Its strength is definitely in its mechanics and definitely in its features as well. So that's basically 99 levels to hell. Now, every 10 levels that you do achieve, you will fight a boss. Alright, and I've only finished the first boss once. It's actually quite hard. It's not the most difficult roguelike game I've ever really played. I've definitely played harder ones. It's just I haven't actually played a whole bunch of this yet. I got about 2 hours into it. So again, this is why this is an impression video, not a full-on review. Just to, give you an idea of what you're getting yourself into. And again, for $5, you're getting a quality game, I have to say. You're getting a good game that feels very, very full, and certainly has a lot of content for its price especially. So you can't really go wrong with this game. So yeah, 99 level to hell. I actually kind of recommend it, and I am actually enjoying it. Visuals and sound, the aesthetics in general is a little uninspired, as mentioned before, but the mechanics is there. It's definitely very, very strong. Now, this is something else I forgot to mention. You take too long to finish the level, this happens. All the mobs become much more frantic and difficult, and these ghosts start appearing, which are very, very difficult to kill. And there you go. So luckily we did find a key, and we did find the exit, so we're able to get out of there before we get ourselves into too much trouble. And that's basically it. You kind of just progress through the game, try not to get killed. Oh, here's one of the elevator things I'm talking about. So let's see if that'll bring us down a level or up a level. Alright, not bad. Brought us down to level 9, so we skipped a whole bunch of levels by doing that. But you do have to be careful doing that, because you could be entering a higher level being a bit underpowered, and you definitely don't want that to happen. Alright. Well, that's about it, guys. That's 99 levels to hell. Good game, very full-featured, lots of content. Mechanically, very, very strong. The controls are pretty good too. It definitely feels responsive, which is also a bonus. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, and you guys found this useful or informative in any way, please send me some love, like, share, fave, comments, all that stuff. But most importantly, feed me my vegetables and help me grow. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. All the shout out.